to work! Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
Коч, давай.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down.
С какой это стати?
We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes.
Не.
Good. We're fighting for a cause here. Right to work! Right to work!
А что, с каких пор, наоборот, заставляют больше работать?
Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence.
Да, давай узнаем, что за дело вообще.
Rights of people. Rights of workers. To have gainful employment. To make a salary. And feed their families.
Даже в игре капитализм.
His manner of speaking is wooden, the tone of voice bland and uninspired, almost as if compiling replies from a set of learned phrases.
Давай вопрос.
Maybe you should ask them the questions. Like, why we're not allowed to make a living here. Shame on you! We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
So do we, Scott.
Давай четвертое.
We were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates.
И вы не можете пробить себе путь?
Ну, конечно, нет, это же железные ворота, ты что?
Я имею в виду, выбираем.
Ну, так... Зачем? Они же не смогут пробить, это же логично.
Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open. Could try to get in through the secretary's office. Door's locked. The guards blocking the way to the access panel. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Or whatever he is.
Ё-моё.
Ну, штурмом брать их там перестреляют еще. Что за черепомер несут?
Кто-то равнее других. Немножко нацизма.
Seventies guy standing up there on the overhead passage. Won't let anyone by. The access panel is right behind him. Bad. Standing on a narrow bridge, he's got a strategically advantageous position. And he's trained. I don't know how the Union has a trained killer up there. But that one's no joke. And my men are tired and hungry. They're workers, not fighters.
Два абсолютно бессмысленных вопроса. Какой из них выбрать?
Да без разницы, да, это просто...
Ну да, второй.
Like civilized folk, you mean? These native fucks don't understand civilized.
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home, at least for now, if you can't get in anyway.
No. They will give up eventually. Or get drunk. Leave the button unguarded. Then we charge. Have fun. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gates. You trying to meet their fat boss?
Да чё уже и так все знают, там труп провисел сколько неделю.
I know nothing about a murder.
А, ну,
Как-то он
Mention of
резко.
killing sends a barely noticeable shiver of tenseness through him. Interesting.
Да, чего такой напряженный.
What are you talking about?
да.
Ну, по виду, кстати, он довольно крупный. Тоже вполне мог нести труп.
Ну, я сразу же об этом подумал, там же какой-то этот толстяк.
Yes, he's tense.
Right to work! It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring backup. Open up the gates for us. Blockading gainful employment for workers is a crime.
Конечно,
Для прикола.
нет.
Давай.
Why not? I see numerous reasons not to pick a side in this local matter.
Pity. Let us work!
Не прошло.
Ну, в общем, еще один подозреваемый.
А с теми поговорить нельзя?
Да нет, чё, обычные работяги. Жопу у тебя одолжил.
Давай проверим этот
Yes.
автомобиль.
Чувак.
А это мы что, из кармана, что ли, вытаскиваем?
Нет, валялись деньги.
А, смотри, какой-то ящик оранжевый.
Да, вижу, сейчас открою.
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. It looks as if it's been reassembled piece by piece, secured and mounted in the air with the aid of numerous ropes and rods. A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, "I am Philip III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippian kings of Revachol, son."
О, ой.
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island. Even by the standards of the Philippian kings, old sumptuous Philip was known for his profligacy. Well, he blew through the whole national treasury, starting the decline of one of the penultimate century's greatest superpowers, the suzerain of Revachol.
Позапрошлого века.
His own maladministration foreshadowed the fall of the monarchy. During the
Это все
anti-Semitism
реальные люди?
an end to his family line
Нет.
and the monarchy on the Insulindian Isola. Philip III's ludicrous bronze likeness looks defiantly up into
Не очень интересно, прошу прощения.
О, Майка алкашка. Что за красавчик?
small, wrinkled woman
Oh,
doesn't
this-
greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. A photograph is clutched in her hands, and there is a warm smile on her face. The photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century, as golden as her smile. It's the warmth of a winter night's fire. Maybe she could give you comfort and shelter, some cigarettes and food money. Maybe she's
Бабуль.
no response. Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach her. Nothing. Her smile just keeps widening. Her hair is gray like lead.
Будем ее донимать?
Давай.
Wait,
Конечно, это ж грубо.
she's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone. Why? I just told you why.
Давай проверим дальше за ящики.
О,
Нифига себе целый. Целый плюс 77 копеек. Ну, вроде бы мы везде все обошли. Нам
А
где-нибудь
сколько мы
подзаработать.
там должны?
Либо можно... Давай снова позвоним.
Нет, давай поищем. Удостоверение. А, стоп, мы же получили перчатки. Может, мы сейчас сможем.
Давай откроем окно персонажа. На С вроде бы. Так, это... Тут только петли.
О.
Так, а где... Сколько у нас вообще доступно? Непонятно. А, очки навыков, и вот там один ромбик. Видимо, у нас есть один ромбик. Или нажми куда-нибудь на другой перк. Да, видимо, у нас есть вот один ромбик, мы можем его вложить. Мне кажется, можно пока оставить.
Мне кажется, может, в логику.
Ну, давай. Угу. А вот наведи на иконку рук справа внизу. Так. Нажми туда на портрет. То же самое, да, открывается? А на рюкзак вот там. Так. Вот, перчатки. Как их одеть? А, красавец.
There he still is, looking right through you, with
Давай пробуем открыть мусорку.
Так у нас же ключа нет.
this trash container is locked. The
Ладно, просто будем ходить крутые. Дай подстильник ему.
Такого вообще не говори. Можно даже пнуть. Все равно он долбаный.
Угу.
Так, зануда, сколько мы там тебе должны?
По-моему, 120.
Will I
120?
help you? Yes, have you got it? A lot. A lot,
130
lot.
даже.
For the room, drinks, and broken window.
Бла-бла-бла-бла-бла.
I was really enjoying talking about the money you owe me.
Да.
Come on.
О,
No, it belongs to the whirling in rags.
Thank you for clearing the debt. Why do you keep the container locked?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you.
Что это?
Prod at him and find out.
да, он в этом.
What do you need them for?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
Кайф.
Ну что ж, можно вернуть перчатки. Написать. Не напросишься, бляха-муха.
This trash container is locked. With a well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. It should... Don't. Maybe you shouldn't.
Просто открывай крышку.
The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
Копаемся.
You see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below. And turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however. Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers. As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air.
Трупный.
The victim's clothes? Cadaver in odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. Drop them in here, officer. Guitar marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The loops appear stretched, but the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here.
Something slimy catches your eye. A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario.
Ничего себе.
Anything more?
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
Давай продолжим.
The lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container.
Давай продадим кружку потом.
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction
Wow.
of the yellow man frolicking in saffron.
А что, если это антиквариат? Возможно, мы соточку-то за нее получим.
Find an interactable item. Investigate this item further by going to the Interact tab in your inventory.
Ничего себе. Ну, осталось еще чуть-чуть покопаться.
It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels, mostly. Unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey, nothing. It's nothing. Nothing more to see here. What's this?
Вау-вау-вау.
Да ничего там нет.
A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something. Something larger. A clipboard.
Вау.
Blue plastic
Oi.
clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
Officer, is that your paperwork? It is. Look, the plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there.
Может быть, имя есть?
If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash?
Давай второе.
Да, Патриция.
Давай.
Well,
His eyes express a rare condolence. Then he picks it up.
lucky we found it. You should take stock of what remains, just to be sure some has not made it into the hands of the RCM's adversaries. Organized crime and the like. There might have been police secrets in your notes. It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
Орлиный взор.
Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable. Go to your inventory and select the Interact tab to read your paperwork.
Сейчас мы мусор весь изучим.
Sounds a muffled gong.
Бонинг.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
Угу. Так, давай сначала рюкзачок. Нажимай.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner. There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard. It's a metaphor for you.
Спасибо.
Fuck you.
Below the pathetics, terror. Do not look into its blue heart.
Ой, не, смотрим.
Понюхай журнал. Понюхаем журнал.
Давай начнем с этого, да?
Нет.
Ныряем, ныряем.
Кого? Что? С чего начать?
Сначала нюхаем.
The
Ладно.
acidic stench of rotting food is rubbed off on the cellulose.
Клеточный.
It now forms the base of the experience. This base surrounded by a faint air of spoiled meat, the stuff of death itself.
А вообще
And
какие-то
then,
стрессовые
sprinkled
нотки
liberally,
учу.
the citrus zest of toilet cleaner.
Что ж,
It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off. if
Ставить
you
это
want.
клево.
да, оставляем.
Still wet, the toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off with your finger.
Убираем.
Voila! The ledger now looks marginally better. It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4
Да, у
size
них
board
обычно
feels
такие
thick and
острые-острые
heavy in your hand.
файлы.
Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back, you see the embossed letters RCM.
А вдруг он не синего?
Something rattles inside, ever so lightly. Is there a hidden compartment? Permeables. It's not hidden per se. The compartment is made for permeable materials that would get damaged if something happened to it.
Мгм.
The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You cannot see to its center. With your hands, U4-sized pages hang from the clip screwed to the top of the board.
Возможно, наши документы.
An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip. The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before.
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property. It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information varies by date of issue.
Maybe yours will have how many cases you've solved. How many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have that.
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do. All RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal halogen watermarks. Mine too.
Обалдеть.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
Мгм.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand. They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches, by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered, with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files, commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible. Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases undertaken, not completed, mind you.
Да уж. Интересно, что-то читается вообще.
It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
Давай первое.
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes.
Или выгорание какое-нибудь. От чего я пьем.
Petty theft, spousal abuse. Handwritten logs on dozens of investigations date back to January 51. Stamped case files, commit to paper. These are your last couple of months in Revachol, Precinct 41, Jamrock Quarter.
Пересчитаем.
There is, for precisely 1 more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish.
Отлично.
Once all the tasks are accomplished, the case is complete. Sadly, the ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. It's unfitting of this monumental event. The lieutenant looks at his blue notebook. 2 fat, shiny pens
О,
hang from the binder, like large caliber bullets on
запасливый.
an ammo belt. He is not really saying anything. Just
Know that I give this to you with resentment.
the tasks you've completed flow out of the blue oblong pen in a brash freehand uncannily similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple. A language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body. Interview the cafeteria manager. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place. A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
No, actually. Any ideas?
Хо-хо. Говно на палке. Ну, он висит на палке. Кстати говоря, смотри на веревку. Она скоро отвалится. Порвется.
Да.
Жуть. Демоны ярости живут в зеркалах. Да, когда мы проснулись, там одного увидели.
А почему на... А, на палке типа на ветке?
Давай первую.
Ну да.
Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
Ну, мы-то будем знать, как на самом деле называется это дело.
На палке.
Говно.
Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name. A
Своя
title,
система.
one might say even. One that draws inspiration from snoop fiction and vespertine cop show staples. Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case. Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and The Murder at the Ukar Parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
Yes, how very childish of you. In your and my defense, almost everyone in the RCM uses the titular system, in addition to the official alphanumeric. It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves.
Сленг.
Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself.
Да, надо
I
оставаться
pray his loved ones
человеком.
never find out. Rail spiked through the head. He died.
Ой,
It was a workplace accident.
Офигеть.
как-то не весело стало сразу же. Ой.
Давай смотрим кружку.
А ну, так.
Рюкзачок.
It's
Красненько.
just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Not much. Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed-away mug that you dug out of the garbage?
А по-моему, это какой-то этот самокопательный элемент. Еще один. Кружка расистская. Давай четвертую. Хотя это скорее...
Understood. You're that kind of detective. Why don't you get
Каких
back to your
видео?
business?
Ну ладно, сейчас, наверное, закончим эпизод. Получается, в следующий раз мы идем к машине, включаем фары, смотрим на те записи.
Просим деньжат.
Ну да. А потом возвращаемся к менеджеру этого заведения, отдаем ключи. Ну и разберемся. Все, до следующего раза. Оф.
Бай-бай.